Welcome back to my channel. I'm Venus from Heart's Desire by Venus, and today I am lucky enough to be part of a collaboration hosted by RachandBella Crafts. As you can see here, my sheet, we have got for the whole month of April, we have a different artist every day showing you how to create a botanical journal. The hashtag for this is HowToBotanical. And if you follow on that, you will see everything that everybody's creating. It's a great group of ladies, and I am super excited to be part of this. So what we are doing with this is it's featuring RachandBella Crafts Botanical Kit. Now, at the time I'm videoing this, it doesn't have a name yet. But if it gets one before I upload this, then I will attach that in the comments below. It's a beautiful kit. I've enjoyed working with it. And I'm going to show you what I created with this in the botanical journal theme. So I have created, I've got 4 of these so far, because that's how many prototypes I needed to make to get it right. What they are is they are flower press tag books. I'm just going to see which one has got my flowers in it. Anyways, I'm not sure. But I will open them up here and I'm going to show you. So this first one here, you've got a little band on the front, and this is going to help cinch your flower press tag down so that you don't, have it alligatoring and keep it all compressed. On the back of that, you've got a little tag from her kit and just a little journal card in here. When you open this up, you can slide out your flower press tag book. Isn't that the cutest thing? I just love the little bunny. So that's the front of the book, and that's the back of the book. In the front here, there's a pocket, and it's just one of her tags in the kit, and then I did a little bit of stuff on the back. I'll get that back in there. And then when you open it up, there's another paper there. There is an actual little book we're going to create with a fabric spine here, and it's a flower press. As you can see, I've got a daisy in there, and got another one there. That one didn't seem to press nearly as nicely, but you know, I'm working on it. And then I've got some flower pressing in there, and it's sealed in between your 2 pages here. Here's the back of the book with your fabric, and on the back here, you pull it open and you've got another tag from her kit. So I'm going to show you how to create this. This is a great little add-on to any of your journals. I think for a botanical themed book, this would be amazing to have this in here. It just slides in. You could leave it loose like I've got, or if you didn't put the pocket on the back, I'm sure you could secure that to a page. But I like it as an entity on its own. So I'm going to show you how to create that. So the first thing we're going to do is get some of the paper from her kit. So I'm just pulling those over here, and I'm trying to decide. I've got a couple pieces here. So you're going to need the inside and the outside of the tags. So I think I'm going to do these 2. And I'm just going to get my template. So my template here, this is the template for this outer pocketing, or the book part here. So I made a template because I want to be able to center these beautiful images in the middle of the book. And so I thought this would be the easiest way to do that. So for my piece here, I should have wrote it on here. This is 6 3/4 by 4 1/2. And that will fit the large tags in the kit as well that I'm going to use. And all I'm going to do is just line it up to include what I want on the front of this flower press book. So I'm just going to do this, trace all the way around. If you're going to keep it plain, you don't need to worry about that. You could just cut out the size. But I wanted to take advantage of these beautiful images on her kits, so I'm going to make sure I get the maximum amount of exposure. So remember, you got to have one for the front, one for the back, and One for the inside, one for the outside. So this one here, trying to decide, do I want the foxgloves and cut off part of the chickie, or have the chickie and cut off part of the foxgloves? I think I'm going to put the full chickie in. So I'm just going to line this up here. I'll cut off some of the foxgloves, which is too bad because that's my favorite flower, but for this sake of this, I think the chickie in there would be cute. And then I'm just going to center her on here as well. And trace around. Okay, so I'm going to cut these out. And I'll try not to hit the camera with my board again. I always seem to be doing that lately. So I do believe in one of the videos, I will try and tag it below in the description, there is a lady in this collaboration who is going to show you actually how to microwave press flowers, which would be perfect to put in here if you were in a hurry and didn't want to have the time to leave them in there, which would be totally cute. But there's also a lot of other videos, if you take a look, so many great ideas that these ladies have come up with. So I'm super stoked to go through all of these with them and try all their techniques out. Just going to finish trimming this up. Like that, and get the other side here. That one, and last piece. All right, let's see here. Okay, so at this point, I recommend, since I've made 4 of these already, I think I've worked out all my mistakes now. So I will pass those tips on to you. Figure out which one you want for the front and which one you want for the back. I think this time I'm going to do this girl for the front. And I think for the inside cover, I'm going to do that. So then match them up. This one I think I'm going to do for the back, and then this one will be the inside cover. So when you're looking at your book, it would be front cover and that would be your back cover. So the reason we're going to line these up right now is because we are going to sew these together and make a pocket. But the last couple of times I've done it, I haven't lined them up very well. So then they were kind of askew when I finally did go and assemble them. So I'm just going to save myself the trouble now. Join them up, and I'll cut this tag part shape right together so that I am actually not missing. So once you've done that, stack them all in the way that they're going to go and cut them all at the same time. Then you won't have the problem I had where I had them all different heights in the back there. All 4 pieces were different. And then I had to trim them after the fact. I figured this is a smarter way to do it. So then I've got my front cover and my back cover. So at this point, I'm just going to ink around all of these, and then I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm back. Now I've inked all the way around all my pieces, and I've also inked the inside edges where they're going to join up together. I also stitched the top 3 sides here, and you'll see why. If you're going to stitch, now is the time to do that, because once we get going on this, you won't have an opportunity to do that again because we have sewn it into a pocket. All right, so I've matched my pieces all back up to the way they're supposed to be, and I'm just going to set them aside. So now what I've got is I cut 4 pieces of parchment paper that are Let me see my notes here. That are 6 by 8. And then I folded them in half. And then I cut 4 pieces of paper bag, or you could do parchment or whatever as well, 6 by 8. Fold them all in half. So then you get, never mind that part, then you'd get them like this. And then what I did is I took a 2-inch strip of fabric, whatever you want. It doesn't matter. It's the more eclectic, the better, I think. And you're going to stitch it, hand or machine, right down the middle and attach it to this piece of fabric, because this is going to be part of our book. All right. So if you're following right now, that should make some sense. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the front 2 cards, the front outside and the front inside. And remember how I'm doing this. So I'm going to take the front inside. I'm just going to line it up so that your papers are right flush with the bottom of the tag pocket. And I'm just going to lay that piece in there, sandwich it with the front cover. Okay. And I'm just going to clip that closed so that I don't lose my spot there. My little clips. And we're going to do the same thing on the back side here. So I'm going to take my back outside cover, which is the little chick. I'm going to lay it. Actually, it'd be easier if I did the front one. I'll do the front cover inside. That's right. Lay it down, line it up so it's matching everything else. Lay my back one here. So you can see, you'll see the spine of that fabric a little bit, and that's okay. And I'm just going to clip this one in place as well, so that I have not lost my location. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my sewing machine. If you don't want to sew this would be the time you would glue that gusset in there like that. Instead, the fabric strips in. But I'm stitching. So I'm going to go do that. But here's why we stitched earlier. Because this time we're only going to stitch the side, the bottom, and the other side. You're going to do that both the front cover and the back cover, because that's going to create our pocket. And we stitched earlier so that you could still have the visual stitching here, but you didn't actually stitch your pocket closed. I did do that on one of my previous outtakes. So I'm going to go and sew this up, and then I will be back to show you the next steps. Okay, so you can see I have stitched my covers up here, and you've got a little piece showing up at the top. You can keep it or trim it. I'm just going to trim mine just ever so slightly. Just trim it back and across, and there's okay. And I've got a little bit hanging out the bottom, and that is perfectly fine. So that is the essential part of your flower press book, and now you can put your stuff in there. But we're going to work on it to keep it weighted and closed. We are going to make the closure for it. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just using a piece of one of her background papers. And I found that a 3-inch band on this. Did I do 3 inches? I'm pretty sure I did 3 inches. Let me measure. Sorry, I lied. I did a 4-inch band. That was a close one. 4-inch band. So I'm just going to cut a strip that's 4 inches. And this is where, depending on the size you do, you can adjust this for sure. But I want it to sit part way. And so let's see. That should be, I do believe it's 3. Yeah, that's where I got my 3 inches. So it's going to be sitting in 3 inches on the tag. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to take my board. I'm going to put in my scoring blade, if I could find it. There it is. Okay, so I'm going to score it at 3 inches because we want it to go partway through the book, but we also have we're putting a gusset on there. Oh, you couldn't see me. So I want to make sure that it folds around the card nicely. So after you score at 3, you're going to score at 3 1/4. And then you're going to take that all the way down, add another 3 inches on there, and you're going to just cut it off at that point. You could do this smaller or bigger if you want, but I found this just worked for me. So now, before I do anything else, because I forgot it a couple times, I'm going to round all my corners. And we're going to ink it up. Just a quick ink here. And make sure you get that creasing inked there, because you are going to see that. So I'll crease my 1/4 inch gusset in here. So now you'll see this is what it looks like. You've got that look up. So this will wrap around your tag and stay firm. So I'm just going to just stress just a little bit on the edges. I don't want it so white peeking out on the band here. All right. So now on the front and the back here, on the back I put tag, a little pocket with a tag in it. Just going to get out my piece here. Here it is. So she had these cute little pockets. Sorry, lost my thought there. And I'm going to stitch it in. So I don't need the little flaps on the side. So I'm just going to cut this pocket out of the kit. And we're just going to cut it right down. I'm going to lay it where we want it. And I'm going to lay it up here a bit. So now I'm just going to trim it to fit. And it kind of goes around the round part there. There. Okay. Ink that up. Okay. So because I want to keep everything kind of flat on this, I'm going to go in and stitch it. You could glue this here, but I'm going to stitch it. So I'm going to stitch my pocket closed. I'm also going to stitch all the way around the tag just for some added interest. You don't have to do that, but if you are going to do it, now is the time to do it, not later when we put the eyelets in, because then you won't be able to stitch around. So I'm going to do this and I will be right back. Okay, so I've stitched my pocket on, stitched all the way around. So right now we're going to put the eyelets in. And I did 4 eyelets, 2 on each side. And basically I just folded it together, spaced them out, kind of like that. And went through the pocket. That's okay. So now I'm going to set my eyelets in. I totally lost track of where I was. Oops. Pro tip though, because I did do this mistake earlier, make sure whatever you're going to close this with, in my case it's this jute rope, that it fits through your eyelets. So make sure that that is in consideration before you do this. That way you don't have to either take them out, make bigger ones, or run around try and find another kind of thread for closure. Let's do matchy here. That's not matching. There we go. Got it. Got it. And last one, I'll move that one over there. Okay, so now I've got that. So I'm going to decorate the front here. In her kit, she also had, look at my sheet, a bunch of these beautiful labels. So I'm going to just pick one. What did I got? All the other ones I did butterflies on, but because this is a little girl on the front of this one, I think I'm going to take, she's holding flowers. I think I'm going to take this one right here. Cut that out. Now you can decorate it however you want, but I just thought this was nice. Little attachment. I love these little labels that she made. Okay, I'm just going to ink the edges. And I'm going to add, for a little bit of interest, I've got some of this coffee dyed cheesecloth. So I'm just going to cut a piece, I think. Like that. I'm just going to pull it apart and just stress it all up. Rough it up. That's perfect. So I'm going to layer my, excellent. So I'm just going to put some tape for a temporary hold. And, oh, that'll look very nice. So now I'm just going to glue that on with my Fabri-Tac. Perfect. And in the back pocket here, what else did we have? Oh, we've got little labels. Where did they go? She's got all kinds of little tags and things in here. Oh, where did I put my stash? Here it is. Yeah, so in the kit there was all these little labels and tags and things. Let's see if I can find something to put in here. Because it's a huge kit. There's tons of stuff in here. What do I want to put in? I thought I had a tag all made up. Oh, here they are. Okay, so I'm going to use one of these little tags from her kit. I thought they were cute. And I think I'll fit 2 in the back. The other one I put a little book in it, but you could put whatever you wanted. I think this one, I'm just going to cut out her tag. One, and I think I'll do just one. And then I will put in, what else have we got? It's got some of these little tiny tags or labels. I'm not sure. I'll ponder that part later, but for now I will put a tag in here. So I'm just going to distress it up. There are so many options. I'm kind of wondering what to put in. Okay. This time, this one I'm not going to put an eyelet. Actually, yes, I will. I lied. I have one more of those left, so I will put an eyelet in here. And I've got a little piece of, where is it? Little piece of this left. Just tie it on my tag here. Trim that off. Stick that in. See how cute that is? It's super cute. Okay, so now we are going to attach this to our book, like so. So cut yourself a big piece of whatever it is you want for the closure. And I do suggest a big piece so that you can trim it to fit after, but you're not going to try and frustrate yourself in between. So what you're going to do is you're going to come from the top and pull it all the way through so that you've got enough to make a bow here. So you'll be on the underside. On the underside, you're going to go all the way across to the back. You're going to come up the hole from the bottom through the eyelet. Help if I didn't unwind my string. Okay, and pull it firm, not tight because you don't want it to crease the papers, but pull it firm. And then you're going to lace it back down through this eyelet. Make it come out the other side. And snug that up as well. And then you're going to wrap it around and come back to the front. And you're going to go from the underneath up the front here again through the eyelet. Okay? And this is what's going to allow you to keep this tight for your flower press on there. So make sure you've got enough of a tail on your bow here so that if you were to expand a bit, you'd be all right. So I'm just going to make a little bit of a bow. It's a big bit of a bow. There we go. And cut that off. So you've got that. So the only thing left is some tags. And funny enough, she had big jumbo tags in here. So I'm going to use those tags as well. I didn't print it on coffee dyed paper. If you had done that, that would have been great. So I'm going to cheat. I'm just going to do a bit of random stamping on the backs before I cut out my tags. Oop, that one was upside down. Just to add it a little bit of interest, I'm just going to kiss a few spots on here. And then I will cut these out. And I'll separate them. Trim off the corners. So you can see I did get a little bit of that stamping on here. So I'm going to ink the edges front and back. And then I'll be back to show you the rest. Okay, so I'm back. I added a few pieces of washi tape, faux washi tape on the back here, distressed the edges front and back, and did a little bit of stitching. Added a reinforcement on the top of the tags, and they are ready to slide in the top of your little book. There you go, one on the one and one on the other side. So there you go. Nice, easy project to add a little bit of interest into your journals. I thought it would be great to put all those little summer flowers that we're going to be having soon enough, hopefully. Thank you for joining me. Please check out all the other ladies in the videos here and the previous ones. If you haven't gone through yet, take a peek and see what everybody has created. As always, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. And please hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you know what I'm doing when I'm doing it. Hopefully you will create some of your own. If you create something like this, hop on over to my Facebook page, Heart's Desire by Venus, and upload your pictures on there so we can see what you created. Have yourself a great day.